is the state for voting integrity. The governor has made sure that our voter rolls don't have people on there that are not eligible to vote, including people that are not here legally. And I'm sure he'll tell you about this. The Department of Justice is now suing Virginia over that, but the governor's not giving in. He's going to make sure we're going to defend that. He's also made sure, folks, no mass mailing of ballots. He's making sure that where there are drop boxes, they're monitored 24/7. And he's making sure, folks, that every ballot cast in Virginia is a paper ballot with a record of who has voted. That's what leadership is. That's what leadership is, especially in a time where we have to make sure that our voting system is beyond question. And that's where we are today, folks. And also, think about this election. There's never been a starker contrast between what we see with the Biden-Harris administration and what we have seen Donald Trump has done. You talk about an administration that has opened the border versus an administration, Donald Trump, that secured the border. You look at an administration that has grown the economy, that has lowered taxes, versus an administration that has weakened the economy and wants to raise taxes. What a big contrast. You look at an administration that has weakened our national security versus Donald Trump, who strengthened our national security, who made sure that our nation at that time was not at war. Think about that, folks. What an incredible dichotomy there is there. This is what this election is about. And we have to make sure that everyone votes. Everyone votes, because don't let anybody tell you that Virginia is not in play. Virginia can be won by Donald J. Trump. It can be won by we can sure vote that Virginia is a red state. That's what we're going to do in the weeks to come. Make no mistake about how hard that job is going to be. That's why it's important when you all leave here, that you leave here with that firmness of conviction in your heart and that vigor in your soul to make sure we get this done, because we can do this. We can take our Commonwealth to the forefront and making sure we lead the way in showing that Virginia is indeed a red state. We can make sure we lead the nation in showing that Donald J. Trump will include Virginia's electors in its electorate when the Electoral College is counted. We want to make sure Virginia is on Donald J. Trump's side when we count those votes. What a great opportunity. We are indeed blessed. For all of you who show up today, this is a great indication about the level of enthusiasm there is across our Commonwealth, across our northern neck, and what needs to happen between now and November the 5th. This is all about where we go. And for each of you, thank you. Thank you for what you've done in the weeks past, and I want to thank you for what you will do in the next 23 days. This is an all-hands-on-deck call, folks. This is a time for all of us to come together and make sure that we get this done. We can do this. And folks, what's at stake is the very future of our nation. Think about this. Think about our children. Think about our grandchildren. Think about the world that they will live in. Let's make sure we leave a world that's better for them than the world that we have come through. And we can do that, folks. It's always been about making the future a better place. The United States is still the greatest nation the world's ever known. It's that great nation because of great folks like you and those brave men and women that serve in uniform, that raise their right hand and swear to uphold and defend the Constitution against all enemies. That's what makes our nation great. Let me tell you, we are honored to have a true American patriot who has done just that. He's raised his right hand and he's sworn to uphold and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. He's been out there in combat. He has led where we need leadership. He has done incredible things. He has lived the American dream, folks. And let me introduce to you our next United States Senator, Hump Cow.
or doctor, but I want to serve in the greatest thing in the world because I want to pay back this country for everything it gave me. And now I'm going to run for U.S. Senate and be a 30-year incumbent. What has Tim Kaine done for us? He introduced 227 pieces of legislation. Only 3 made it through. That's a 99% failure rate. Why are we hiring a guy with a 99% failure rate? I defuse bombs for a living. If I had a 99% failure rate, I would not be here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is taking a dark turn. I know what it's like to wake up without a flag to step in or a country called my own. I'll be damned if that happens to my children, your children, or our grandchildren. My policy is very simple. Defense, economy, and innovation. That's the DEI I believe in. We're going to defend the streets, starting on our streets right here. And then we're going to defend our border. As immigrants in this country, I tell you, don't ask for the American dream if you're not willing to obey the American laws and embrace the American culture. Because I did. I love this country so much, I wrote a blank check up to and including my life to defend it for 25 years.